All right. We are in this piece. Wi-Fi might be having struggles. Just getting ready to watch Monday Night Football, kicking it on the couch, and I realized a couple of you helped me realize in my video today that when I was talking about recapping the Cowboys game, I don't believe I even mentioned Micah Parsons. And so in honor of that, we have to just do a whole nother video just to talk about the badassery of Micah Parsons because he's a freak show. Wait, Bones Fossil, if I see Bones Fossil in the streets, I'd probably just say hi. But golly, his quote. All right, who's ready for your Micah Parsons freak show stat of the week? Micah Parsons freak show stat of the week. Welcome in, all my peeps on the YouTubes and the Twitch. If you're following me on the YouTubes and not the Twitch, or the Twitch and not the YouTube, just rectify. Oh my God. Are we really going to have connection issues? Do I need to move 10 feet to the other side of the couch? I might need to. All right. Here's your Micah Parsons freak show stat of the week. Julian, I don't think I'll be streaming all game. Just wanted to have a quick little Cowboys chat. Freak stat of the week. This is Ed Werder on Twitter. In week 1, Micah Parsons played linebacker and forced 4 tight window targets, tied for the most by any linebacker in 5 seasons. In week 2, he played defensive end and led all edge rushers in pass rush win rate at 39%. Micah Parsons is just dumb good. I don't have a Bones Fossil impression. There is no Bones Fossil impression other than just making bad decisions and then acting like it's hilarious. That dude thought it was hilarious that they ruined a 4th and 20. If you saw his press conference, it's like, Cowboy fans, they're aggressive, so we wanted to go after them. Ha 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 ha! I hope they're happy. Ha 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 ha! You can't have a special teams coach who thinks the game is his to win or lose. You can't have that crap. You're a special teams coach, you know? You're a special teams coach. You got to chill out. Azur Kamara looked okay. Wasn't Kamara the one that blew up the punter? But Kamara also did have a nice play where he tracked Justin Herbert. And it was still like a 2 or 3 yard gain, maybe a little more than that. But he could run. All right, there's the question of the day. Okay, there's 2 questions of the day. Selvin, who says, do you want Parsons to stay at D end when Randy comes back? Here is the question about Micah Parsons. And I'll just ask it to you guys. Who is more valuable to their football team in their prime? Von Miller / TJ Watt or Luke Kuechly / pick your middle linebacker? If you can terrorize the quarterback, that's where you're most valuable. So Parsons is a linebacker. He's going to play linebacker, but he needs to rush the passer a ton. Because if you can lead the league in pass rush win rate as a rookie in your first start, you need to rush the passer. You got to. Pressure's the best. You can still have Jabril Cox at linebacker. You got Jalen and Van Der Esch for now and Keanu Neal you'll have Neal for another year. You'll have Jabril Cox forever. Parsons needs to get his ass after the quarterback a decent amount of time. Are you like Sean and RJ that believe Randy Gregory is basically trash? No. I've got a Randy freaking Gregory t-shirt. I love Randy Gregory. He's my guy. He's a mental health guy. Hashtag therapy is cool. Randy's my dude, and he's a good player. Oh, clock management. Okay, there's so many things. Oh, you guys have so many good questions, and I'm so happy. Who was it back here? Well, first, let me shout out to the super chat. Rodney. You're a beast, Rodney, just because you're the GOAT and the boys won. I appreciate you, Rodney. Okay, so remind me if I forget. Clock management. We're going to talk about clock management. We're going to talk about Trayvon Diggs. And the other one, hold on. Somebody asked what I want to talk about. Tyler Biadasz. Okay. People are asking, like, hey, why are we pretending that Biadasz sucks? Jeff, does Game Pass not let you watch coach's film? I've got my own way to watch coach's film. I wish I could share it. I can't. Otherwise, it could go away. I do have access to coach's film, but Game Pass does not have it. What up, Truckers Life? God, so many things coming in. I love you all on the YouTube and the Twitch. All right. First one that I was going to talk about, Tyler Biadasz. I think Tyler Biadasz is an okay run blocker, and I think he really struggles in pass protection. I now believe in my heart of hearts that Zach Martin not moving to tackle was less about Terrence Steele or whoever, and it was more about making sure that Zach Martin was next to Tyler Biadasz, because they knew that the Chargers' interior defensive line ain't special, ain't even good. And so they were going to take advantage of that. And they wanted Zach Martin next to Tyler Biadasz because he can run block. He's got some struggles in pass pro. Leave Zach Martin there to save him. Okay? There's a reason that Connor Williams got so much work at center while they were in training camp and all that. And it is because they are not afraid to give Biadasz's job to one of the Connors. They're not. Problem is, I've talked to some people. I got some things here. I talked to some people. Problem is, with Connor McGovern, Cowboy coaches and Penn State coaches thought he was a better guard than a center, right? So they would rather play him at guard. The deets on the why is just the intricacies of the positions. And with Connor Williams, if he could snap the damn ball, I think he would be your center. And Connor McGovern would be playing guard and Tyler Biadasz would be watching. And it's not condemning Tyler Biadasz. It's praising the other two. They'd like to have the best five on the field. And the best five, if they could believe they could snap it and diagnose the defense and set up their protections, would be both Connors and no Biadasz. Now, what was one of the other things I said I want to talk about? Clock management. Here's what I want to talk about with clock management. I do not like that they had to kick a 56-yarder. I don't. And thank you to Jay Hart. Special teams should just take the touchback. Yes, I always take touchbacks. Love you, brother. You guys aren't going to like this, and it's fine. I don't hate McCarthy, so I'm not constantly looking for reasons to attack McCarthy. And the more we thought about the situation and had time to marinate on it, I don't hate what they did at all. What happened is, at the end of the game, they ended up in a standoff. The Chargers, I believe, had all 3 timeouts, right? So you run your play with 33 seconds left, and you end up where you end up. And so now it's a matter of, what are we going to do? And Kellen and McCarthy can talk about we couldn't see the clock or whatever, but McCarthy said the most important thing today at his presser, which is that the Chargers had 3 timeouts and they thought they would use one. Because if you get the ball on your own 13-yard line and there are 4 minutes left in the game, you have a couple of goals. Goal number 1, use all 4 minutes. That is goal number 1. Other team does not get to touch the ball. That's goal number 1. So as you're moving down the field, the reason that you're running the ball and mixing that in there is because you do want to run clock as you're working your way down the field. Now, would you like to get closer? Yes, you would like to get closer. But when they got to where they got to, under 30 seconds left, they just run a play, the clock was still running, they're expecting the Chargers to call a timeout, and they're expecting that for a reason. The reason they're expecting the Chargers to call a timeout is because they're assuming the Chargers aren't stupid. Because even from 56, if you're the Chargers, I would much rather make you run another play, make you kick your field goal with 24 seconds left, so that if you miss it, now I have the ball, I'm near midfield, I can gain a few yards, and maybe I got a shot at a field goal. So for the Chargers, it was way more important to stop the clock than it was for the Cowboys, and they didn't. Cowboys thought they would. So they're sitting there saying, okay, they're not going to call one. And maybe they didn't go through all this, and maybe this will go through their brains the next time, and this is a learning experience. But so now you're out there and you're going, holy crap, they're going to let us run it all the way? Huh. They're going to put the entire game where we have no risk, because if we miss, who cares? It's just overtime. The risk is all theirs because they're not going to get the ball back, and they're doing it to themselves. You could hurry up to the line and run the ball if that's what you guys want to do to try to get a few more yards. You could do that. And if you do, and you gain a yard, 2 yards, now the Chargers do bang a timeout because now you're at 4th down. So now you're going to kick from around the same range, but now they've stopped the clock and they're going to get the ball back, whether it's with your miss or your make, they're going to get the ball back. If you pass the ball and you throw incomplete, well, now you're kicking a field goal and you stop the clock for them. They have 3 timeouts and they're going to get the ball back. Dak earlier in the game took a sack to take you out of field goal range, which is awful. And I love Dak, but he had to throw that ball away and he didn't, knock them out of field goal range. So the idea that they did something atrocious with game management at the end, I disagree with. They ran the 4-minute drill. I wish they would have got 10 more yards. They took every second. And on the last play of the game, they were either going to win or go to overtime. The Chargers weren't going to touch the ball. So I'm not slamming McCarthy. And no, to the guy on the Twitch that says, if you miss the field goal, you'd be slamming McCarthy. I wouldn't. I don't believe in slamming people based on results. It's on process. They ran a 4-minute drill that took all 4 and kicked a field goal as time expired. That's a win. That's a win. If you miss the field goal, we'll go play overtime. No problem. So I don't have a big problem with the time management. Next. Was there anything else I said I was going to talk about? What else I said I was going to talk about? Oh, hold on. Got a couple of super chats here. Jamie Jaime apologized for thinking Jeff's dumb Parsons is too small to play D-end. I stand corrected, sir. Yeah, he played it pretty well, didn't he? He sure did. And Marcus said, I think Trevon Diggs is a more technically sound version of Marcus Peters. Also, is Reggie Robinson still on the team? Reggie Robinson is still on the team? God, who would have known that there would be a roster question I couldn't answer? I think so. Whether it's practice squad or whatever, I believe Reggie's still here. Let me double check for you, though. Here's Jeff. He's an idiot. Doesn't know the answer to questions sometimes. They IR'd him, right? Hold on, let me keep scrolling. I believe they IR'd him, so he'll just be back next year. Reserve injured, Reggie Robinson. Yeah, okay, so he's still on the team. Trevon Diggs is a – man, I don't really have a player comparison. I like Trevon Diggs. Trayvon. Stop saying Trevon. Trayvon. I like Trayvon Diggs. I think he's off to a nice start, and I think he's getting better and better. And I don't buy all the yards they're hanging on him. Sometimes you're in zone defense, and they have good protection, and it just takes too long. Curse and Kazia both played extremely well. What's going on with Bossman? Bossman is on IR, so he has to miss at least one more week, Kelvin Joseph, before he can come back. All right. Steven, shout out to mental health. That's my jam. I love it. The hell? I'm going to have to check my notifications. Didn't know you were live. Come on, get the notifications going. Get the noties on. Get the noties on. Was there anything else that I said that I wanted to talk about? Thoughts on Jalen Smith? I would try Kennedy at left cornerback. I'm not sure why they haven't. Golston, I believe, was inactive, Danny, but I would expect that he'll play this week. What did you think of Jalen Smith? I thought that Jalen was okay. I think he made 2 nice plays that he deserves credit for involving Austin Eckler. One where he had to run all the way across the field with him in coverage and tackle him for about a 3-yard gain. And the other one on 3rd and 4 when they threw the swing pass to him. And once again, he's going sideline to sideline. He had a corner coming down to help. So he made a couple of nice plays, but I still think, like in the run game, it's far too often you see an offensive lineman just lock him up and move him. But I thought he was okay. And he deserves credit for his okay. Same as Van Der Esch. He was okay. and okay is okay. Super from Fresh Prince. I appreciate you. 512, Austin, Texas, maybe. Parsons is the person I've been missing on defense for years and years and years. I totes agree with that. That you were missing somebody like Micah Parsons because this was the first time since 2018 they'd scored less than 30 and won a game. And Micah Parsons, after the game, when he was kind of told about that, was just like, well, this is a different team. It's a different defense. So, like, in his brain, I don't give a crap about 3 years of Cowboys football that had nothing to do with me. That's not going to happen now. He's the jam. Just joining you. Did you talk about Steele? I did not talk about Terrence Steele. I thought Terrence Steele had a really good run blocking day and survived in pass blocking. Survived as in sometimes he was able to run Bosa wide enough. Sometimes he would get beat inside or run through, but they managed to get the ball off. So it never killed him, which is good enough for me. I thought he had a good day, really good day run blocking, and he survived pass blocking, which was better than I expected. So shout out to him. Shut up, Peyton and Eli's on Monday Night Football. Oh, crap. Let me see. Is it time to go? We'll go in a second. Pollard get more carries next week? Maybe. That was about a 50-50 split between Zeke and Pollard, and I don't think you're going to get much further than that unless he keeps getting 8 yards a carry. I think about an even split is what you're going to be looking at best for Pollard. Alex, super appreciate you. Do we see Parsons take on more of a Von Miller role throughout the season, or do we keep him in the Swiss Army? You'll be Swiss Army, and that's what I do like about Dan Quinn so far, is that they're willing to be adaptable. If there's a game that they don't like the matchup where you're pass rushing or whatever, and you want him to play more linebacker, that's fine. But if you have a guy that's capable of being a pass rusher, you have to let him rush the passer. So I think he'll be playing on the edge a decent amount. What's your favorite flavor? Wings. Cajun, dry rub. That's how I get down. If I'm making ribs, I use Hardcore Carnivore Red as my color and flavor rub, and then Clucker Dust for the heat. That's what I do. Oh, yeah, if you're not seeing the chats that I'm reading, it's because I'm on YouTube and Twitch, and you're probably watching on the opposite stream. Twitch.tv/Jeff Kavanaugh, YouTube.com/Jeff Kavanaugh. All right, I'm going to go watch Monday Night Football. I love you guys. Hope you have a great night. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everybody.